This ordinary office PC has the secret that makes it a pretty capable gaming PC. I picked up this HP Pavilion desktop PC for around $250 on Black Friday. Now, this computer is rocking a Ryzen 3 5300G AMD CPU. Most of you probably don't know what a Ryzen 5 5300G is, and that is because this CPU is OEM only, which means you can only find it in pre-built computers or through gray market sellers on eBay. Here are the total system specs. We have the 5300G, 8 GB of RAM, a 1 TB hard drive, and a 256 GB SSD. Now that we've gone through the specs, let's see what kind of performance we can get out of this sleeper gaming PC. We tested Fortnite at 900p in performance mode, and we got around 80 to 120 FPS on average. This was overall a very smooth experience. Next up, we have one of my personal favorite games, and this is Battlefront 2. Now, this is a hard game to run. I wouldn't say it's extremely hard compared to like Cyberpunk, but it gave this Vega 6 iGPU a run for its money, honestly. The RAM, honestly, could have benefited by a little bit more RAM, but I think we were pegged at like 99% most of this gameplay, and we only averaged about 60 to 80 FPS on 720p lowest settings possible. The next game I benchmarked is Valorant, and at 1080p low settings across the board, we averaged about 110 to 130 FPS on average. I would most likely play it like 900p just so that I can get a 144 average all the time. With 1080p, it really wasn't that bad, but you can definitely tell with Valorant more than any other game that there is some input delay. Next up on the list, we are testing Team Fortress 2. Now, I know this is a bit of an old title, but I have not played it yet, and I was looking through the Steam charts and saw that this was number 2 on the Steam charts, so I thought might as well give it a try, and this game was pretty fun. It was honestly harder to run than I thought because it was a very old game, but we did end up getting between 60 and about 100 frames. Sometimes the frames would go up drastically to like 150, but that seemed to just be kind of on and off. Continuing the theme of Steam games, we do have CSGO. Now, this is the #1 most played Steam game by far, and we're playing it on 900p low settings, and we're getting between 100 and 140 FPS. Now, it does go higher and lower, but 100 to 140 is about the range that I got while recording most of the time. League of Legends is up next, and we were playing this at the recommended settings, which is 1080p medium, and we got between 70 and 120 FPS. When you're just walking around, you do tend to be around the 120 FPS cap, and then when you are battling, you do dip down to like the 60s and 70s, but as you can see, it does stay above 100 FPS most of the time when not fighting. Last but certainly not least, we have Overwatch 2. Now, this game was way harder to run than I ever anticipated because at 1080p low settings, we were barely breaking 60 FPS. So I went ahead and bumped it down to 720p low, and we were getting 90 to 100 FPS on average. This is a game where I like to play personally at a higher refresh rate. That is why I bump the settings down to 720p. In conclusion, these Ryzen APUs are very powerful and actually can be great gaming PCs even with relatively low specs. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you leave a like and a comment down below, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.